On this video, I'm going to give you 3 ways to immediately increase your power on all of your punches. Welcome back to another video. My name is Chris McGarryhan Jr. and this is the Brixton Boxing Club, where on this video specifically, we're talking power. Power is maybe one of the fan favorites when it comes to boxing, when it comes to mixed martial arts, fighting in general. You know, not everyone understands submission techniques in jiu-jitsu, though I'm a huge fan of jiu-jitsu as well, but not everyone understands that. So a choke or an armbar may not get, you know, the global masses as excited as a Mike Tyson, a Deontay Wilder, a Conor McGregor back in 2015 type of knockout. There's nothing like a powerful punch. Everyone can understand it, everyone could wrap their head around it, everybody. My grandmother, my sister, my mother, my wife, my daughters, my grandparent, man, woman, you name it. If they see someone get punched really, really hard, we understand that. If you're more like myself, you got a skinnier frame, maybe you're not as naturally strong as some of those other guys, use these 3 things and immediately you're gonna feel power like you've probably never felt before. And like I said in the beginning of the video, this works on every single punch. Meaning you can apply these 3 techniques to your jab. I've wobbled people, I've really, really damaged people with my jab using these 3 things. You can use it with obviously power shots, straight down the middle, left hooks, hooks to the body, obviously uppercuts or overhands. Any type of punch in any situation, you apply these 3 things, you're gonna start putting more pain on your opponent. Okay, so let's get into it. Here are the 3 ways to immediately improve the power on every single one of your punches. All right, so number 1, I want you to think in terms of every other sport. Let's use basketball, just as an example. If I'm trying to dunk a basketball, personally, I can't dunk a basketball, but if I was trying to, what's the first thing I would do? I would bend my knees and explode up. Really in any sport, if I'm trying to hit a baseball, again, I can't hit a baseball, I can't hit a home run, but if I'm going to, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bend my knees and get into my stance. Any sport, if you think about it, you want to bend your knees to create the most velocity, to create the most momentum, the most force. Well, step 1 in getting power on your shots, bend your knees. We call this sit on your punches. Why? Because it looks like you're sitting. If you stand straight up, which you should never be doing, standing straight up, always have your knees a little bit bent. But if you're standing straight up, think about the force, the power, the velocity that you're going to be able to create. That's where you see a lot of guys that are, you know, very novice in boxing throwing arm punches because they don't understand that kinetic energy. It starts with the bottom of your foot, the twisting of your foot that crawls all the way up to your hips. You pop those hips, goes into the back, the shoulder, and then the arm itself. So what we want to do to get more of that kinetic energy, sit on your punches. And I want you to try this at home. Next time you're in front of a bag, you're at the gym, throw a punch, just straight leg. I want your knees not bent one bit. Boom. I'm very off balance. That doesn't feel good at all. I'm not going to hurt anybody with that punch. Now, same punch, jab, straight jab. One of the most basic. People don't think about this as a power shot at all. But now sit on your punch. All right? Same concept. Just throw that jab while sitting on the punch. It's a lot more powerful. Now if we apply that to the straight down the middle, as opposed to straight up, not the same. Not the same at all. So you immediately want to get more power in your punches, sit on your punches. The jab, the cross, hook to the body, overhand, left hook. Every single punch, you're going to feel more power. 1, you got more of that kinetic energy going, but then also you have a stronger base, which is going to lead me into step 2. Step 2 to immediately getting more power in your punches is punching through your opponent as opposed to punching at them. Now, I mentioned base a few seconds ago. If we have a strong base, then we can ultimately swing our hips all the way through on every punch. If I don't have a strong base, boom, what's going to happen? As soon as I hit that bag or I hit my opponent, I'm going to bounce off of them. I can't go through them at all because my base isn't foundationally strong enough. So if I'm staying straight like this and I'm just punching at my opponent, Those are bee stings to a boxer. That's not gonna hurt them or intimidate them at all. But if I sit on my punch and I punch through them, well now, their chin only has one option, to go backwards. As opposed to if I punch at them, I could be just tapping their chin, which isn't gonna hurt them at all. So again, step 2, punch through them. So if I'm throwing these straight down the middle, and you see Kamaru Usman do this when he knocked out Jorge Masvidal, he's landing the punch, and the momentum of his body keeps moving forward. It's a vicious punch. If I'm throwing a jab, same thing. Most people jab at somebody. Boom, and touch their nose. Boom, and touch their chin. Boom, touch their eye socket. Great. Sometimes there's a time and place for that. Right now we're talking about power. So I want to jab through this person's orbital bone. Punching through them. Same concept on the left hook. Look how much more velocity, much more force I'm getting when I come all the way through, as opposed to just punching at them. Overhand right, obviously probably the most famous knockout punch in all of history. Punching through them versus punching at them. Want to get more power in your punches? Punch through your opponents, not at them. And then number 3, third way to get more power on your punches. Number 1 and number 2 are useless if we miss the shot. So for example, I sit on my punch, I punch through my opponent, but I miss. But I hit their shoulder. Listen, they may wake up with a sore shoulder, but I'm not gonna knock them out. I now need number 3, I need to put that punch on the right position. The right position meaning the chin, this is called the button. This is the most beautiful place to punch in all of boxing, all of fighting. The temple, that soft spot right next to your eyeball, or the soft spot right behind the ear. So what I want to do, and you see this a lot of guys in the gym, again, novice boxers, they throw these punches, but they're not hitting anywhere specific. They're Instead, you want to practice your accuracy. Number 3 is accuracy. I want to put that power shot exactly where I want to put it. So find the mark on the bag if you need to. You can color, you can put a piece of tape there if it's somebody else's bag. Right here I've got some black scratches, so I'm going to aim for that. Every shot that I take, I'm going to aim to punch that point. And I'm going to imagine that's my opponent's chin, their temple, or behind the ear. And depending on where that spot is, will determine the type of punch that I throw. So right now, that spot is over here. It's to the left side of the bag. I can't hit it with an overhand right. I can't hit it with a straight cross. So what are my options? I gotta use my left. I can hit it with a power jab. I can hit that with a power left hook. Now once it spins, now I can start using my right. So that back spins. Back spins. So number 3, accuracy. Put that power shot that we've just developed on your opponent's chin. You put that all together. You're sitting on your punches. You're punching through your opponent, and you're putting it on the right point of the skull. Forget about it. You're going to hurt a lot of people in your next training session, in your next match, or in your next fight. All right, you guys, there you have it. 3 ways to immediately increase your power on every single one of your shots in the beautiful, sweet science of boxing. One thing I didn't mention, the resistance bands as well. We sell these bricksandboxing.com. An amazing way to enhance just the muscularity on your punches. So throwing punches with no resistance, no weight, that's great. But if you add some resistance, obviously the punching muscles are gonna get stronger as well. So if you want that product, go to bricksandboxing.com, promo code YouTube at checkout, save 10% off. And obviously, if you haven't already, like this video, comment below what was your favorite part of the video, and subscribe to the channel for more boxing content just like this. But aside from that, you guys, thank you for watching. I appreciate it as always. I hope you have an amazing rest of your week, amazing training sessions, great job today, and always remember the Brixton mantra, attitude is everything. Take care. I'll talk to you soon.